So welcome, mothers and others. You may have seen we do have some we've been doing these webinars for a few weeks, and there is something that I really want everybody to pay attention to. Nearly every candidate that we interview talks about the importance of democracy, the importance of running for office. And I have to just say thank you to all of the candidates that are here with us this evening, because this is brave politics. This really is. Running for office is part of brave politics. And what we're doing is we're listening to all types of candidates from all over the state of Texas. And when we listen to them, we might, hear something that really gets us excited. And when we hear something that gets us excited, this is a new thing. It's not persuasion. It's called mobi-suasion. Mobi-suasion is when we are persuaded to mobilize. And that's what I need everybody out here in Texas to do. I need you all to start mobi-suasion. You need to start mobilizing and asking your friends to join you in mobilizing so we can turn Texas blue. We need to mobi-suasion every day and make it a thing and get out there and get a bunch of our friends to get out to vote. And I don't know if I can say that enough. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to go to the next candidate, and I have to apologize to this candidate because he was supposed to be second, and I kind of skipped over his name because I got nervous and I've been a little bit jittery this afternoon. So I'm so sorry about that, Zachariah. So Zachariah Manning is a candidate for U.S. House District 32, which is also Colin Allred's open seat. So let's hear from Zachariah and find out, his why and who he is and why he's running for office. So Zachariah, take it away. Tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're running for office.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Great. Thank you, Nancy, and thank you to all the mothers out there that are joining us tonight, because you're in for a treat, because I'm not like the other candidates that you just heard before me. So again, my name is Zachariah Manning. I live in Congressional District 32. I work in Congressional District 32 for Richardson Independent School District. I have 4 kiddos. Well, they're older, so they're not, young kiddos. But yeah, my father was a World War II veteran in the Army. I know I don't look that old, but I do have a father that was that old. So here's the deal. I'm a different candidate from the others. When you hear me and when you look at my website, you will see that I have plans. And if you listen to the other candidates prior to me, you heard no plans. Everybody will give you that story. Oh, that woe is me. Oh, it made me jump into action, whatever. So let's take gun safety, for example. So you mean to tell me if you're a person that has been working in the ER for at least 10 or 15 years in Parkland, you really would see a lot of gun violence, right? It would not have taken the officers getting shot for you to act. And especially if you've only voted one time in the primary in the last 15 years. So I would encourage every voter to go look up information on each candidate. Look at how each candidate vote. Look at my voting record, and you'll see that I vote in city elections, state elections, primaries, general elections. You'll be surprised what other candidates that you've heard before me don't even vote in their own primary. But once in 15 years, okay. Now you want to talk about experience. I got a wealth of experience. I have actually 36 years of experience where I have ran 4 medical facilities that I've owned and operated in San Antonio, Houston, Garland, and Oak Cliff. So that's experience. You want to talk about legislative experience? I've written several proposed bills, submitted them to lawmakers as well. So, and writing bills, it's it's not that difficult if you put common sense behind it. And what I mean by that is, it was a bill that our current rep wrote that is dubbed the Dr. Death Bill. Do you know the Republicans put that bill off for 2 years before they will enforce that bill to go forward? Why did they do that? Because it was a poorly written bill. Poorly written bill. Now let's talk about gun safety with House Bill 1387. Look this up. Our current state rep voted no for that House Bill 1387. I work in a school district. Our kids and our staff in campuses need to be protected. So House Bill 1387 gives the right for law enforcement to carry on campuses, not teachers, not principals, not staff, but law enforcement. If we vote like we need to vote to protect our kids, then we will be much better. Now, I'm not advocating that AR type assault rifles should be legal. They should not be legal. So you have to really, as a voter, go do deep dives on each and every individual that's running for this race. Colin Allred wouldn't be on this picture with me for no reason. So I'm here because I'm the one that's going to carry forth the plans, like when it comes to gun safety. Okay, let's talk about gun safety. I'm proposing, if you are a threat to yourself or others, then you should not be allowed to own a gun. But so the Republicans won't get all up in arms, we're going to maintain your due process rights. So that way we can quieten them down on the front end. Say, we're going to still have you with your due process rights, but if you pose a risk to yourself or others in a mental way and health way, then no, you can't own a gun. I'm going to also propose in my plan that if a state like Texas does not have a licensing requirement, that a federal licensing requirement kicks in for any state that does not have that. You haven't heard any plans from any other candidate. They just talk about the warm and fuzzy stuff, but no plan. So as we call it in project management, where's the action plan? Where's your action items? I'm giving them to you, okay? For example, when you call your...
Well, hold on a second. Why don't we just go to your 3 issues that you're running on for your district? So let's do that. Can you tell us about your 3 issues? And you have about 4 minutes.
Okay, let's continue. Let's continue with gun safety, because that's my number 1 issue right there. And I'm gonna quickly tell you this next snippet here that's going to put in place measures to help with gun safety. For example, Nancy, you probably own a home, and when you get your homeowner's insurance, one of the questions they ask you, do you have a pet, or do you own a pet, or whatever? And you're going to say yes or no or whatever. So one of the questions that I'm going to require insurance companies to ask, do you own a gun? What kind of gun is it? So now we're going to trigger from your insurance policy, whether it's a rental policy or a homeowner's policy, that we're going to put things in place from that standpoint that's going to help with gun safety. Okay, so gun safety, number 1, by far. Number 2, nobody seems to be able to do anything with respect to Governor Greg Abbott and these private school vouchers. But I have a plan for that. The plan is any state that gives taxpayer money for private schools will lose their almost $2,000 per student on a federal level. But what we're going to do with that money, redirect it to the public schools. So that way they have more money if as an alternative if this voucher thing passes. That's number two. We got to look out for our public school education here. And like I said, I have a plan for that. And number three, the border, legal immigration. That is the key word, legal immigration. So what I'm going to do and my plan with respect to legal immigration and having humane treatment of our future individuals coming here to America is number one, put a limited moratorium immediately on the border. We're behind in our immigration courts. We're separating children from their families. We have to put a stop to that, and we have to catch up. We have to play a lot of catch up. But with that limited moratorium, we will still allow trade and things of that nature. And then we will process individuals that are coming here legally. Look, my ex-wife and her family is from Monterrey. And what I want to say about that, they came here legally and they want everybody else to follow the rules and come here legally as well. So that's what I'm going to do with respect to the border. Those are my three plans that's most important to me.
Okay, well, thank you so much. So, tell us really quick, Zachariah, where can we find you and how best can we support you right now while you're running for office?
So go to my website. My name is ZachariahManning.com. Zachariah Manning. And I have links on there to where you can donate or whatever if you so choose to do so. My campaign is a grassroots campaign. When I win this election, I look forward to serving each and every one of you in my congressional district 32. Thank you so much for the time tonight.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on the show tonight, and I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail. Thank you.